Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'm JB, and I am here to discuss a little bit of college football, some news from the Miami Hurricanes and the players that they have on football scholarships. And so, as you guys probably know by now, in terms of the NCAA having to allow players to profit off of their own likeness. And so obviously this is a big change. This has been something that's been pretty much debated, for over the last couple of decades, especially. It's really been zoned in. Obviously, over the years, we've seen players get in trouble for this type of stuff, in both college football, college basketball, especially. You think of Reggie Bush and his Heisman Trophy and that issue that's going on there and so forth. But yeah, this has definitely been something that, regardless of how you feel about it, this is happening here. And so it's now here a part of the University of Miami, as Dan Lambert, who is an owner of the Miami-based chain of mixed martial arts gym, he plans on paying $500 a month endorsement deal for every Miami Hurricanes football player on scholarship. And we will go through the article here to break this down even further than that. And so, in case you're wondering, yes, I also am going to start incorporating a little bit of college football and basketball news as well. As long as it's football, basketball related, definitely enjoy covering it. So look forward to seeing more stuff for that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. But it says here that the owner of the Florida-based chain of mixed martial arts gym unveiled big plans Tuesday to try to help the Miami Hurricanes football players take advantage of the new rules that's going to basically allow them to make money. And so Dan Lambert, the owner of the American Top team and longtime Miami football fan, has offered each scholarship player, so we're talking about a total of 90 players here on the Miami football team, a monthly payment of $500 this year to advertise his gyms on social media. And so the American Top team is the home training facility for more than 24 professional fighters. And so they go on to mention people like Amanda Nunes and George Masvidal. And so Lambert offers the Hurricanes, which could sum up to as much as $540,000 this year, which is the largest reported sum of college sports endorsement, deals since the new state laws and NCAA rules opened the doors for players to make money last week. You have to think about some of the implications that this will have for college football in general. You think of certain things like, will this provide recruiting advantages for certain teams like the University of Miami or Florida State that may have, this type of deal that's, established around the area, just obviously based upon whatever the business owner decides that they want to help a certain team however they can, so that way their players can profit off of that. So, the impact of recruiting. Does this mean that players are going to stop opting out to leave, college early? Will they actually stay and try to finish their degrees now or stay longer, with the team, so we can actually see these guys finish after being 4-5-year seniors and stuff, impacts such as that. But obviously, there's a lot of people that's going to be excited and there's going to be people that's not excited, but regardless of how you feel about it, this is a major development in college football for sure. And he goes on to state that he wants to help the kids. He wants to reward them for what they do. And he says he want a better product on the field too, he says. And so he wants to improve the reputation of the school and the team that he loves so much. And he thinks that it's a cool opportunity to get involved and make a difference. Now, obviously, anybody who's followed the University of Miami, through the 80s, the 90s, and very early 2000s, what that reputation of what the U stands for. And so certainly I know what he's hinting at in terms of he wants to see the quality of the University of Miami return, because there's no doubt Florida's got so much talent, but being able to retain that talent against some of the top schools in the country, that has been a challenge for this team. They're going to come out with aggressive, mentality, opening up the season at the University of Alabama. That's a bold statement right there. I mean, any team that wants to open up at Alabama, I hear you. So they certainly want to try to make a statement this year and show like, hey, these Hurricanes, they're more than just a team that can get to the conference championship, but that they can actually, contend for a playoff seed, in which we will wait to see the committee's decision in terms of, will the college football playoffs be expanding or not in the future. That's a whole different conversation there. Certainly wouldn't mind doing a video on that. I currently have one up already in which I discuss, what's the ramifications of that. So definitely do feel free to check that out. But he goes on to essentially say, that this is Lambert said that the offer is the largest marketing effort his MMA business ever has made. He says he's not sure he'll continue to offer the same deal to Miami players in future years. So that's important to note. Anybody who's thinking like, oh, I want to go to the University of Miami for that, it may not be qualified for future years. We'll have to see. But he already has bigger plans in the works to create a consistent way to provide some money to every player on the Hurricanes roster. So definitely expect to see a lot of those players go out there and really try to represent this gym and just show it off. I mean, I certainly would. And an opportunity like this, if I was in a football player or basketball player at the college level and that offer was right there and I had the ability, I definitely would take advantage of that. And I'm sure that many former players right now, especially those who never made it to the NFL or their NFL career, was cut short by injuries and stuff like that, they would have loved to have benefit from something like that. Now, as a fan, we think about it from a fan perspective. Some may love it, for the college athletes. Others, they're worried about, what it's going to do to the integrity of what college football is and stuff. So I certainly understand both sides of it, for sure. And so let's see, it says that Lambert has also started a corporation called Bring Back the U that will be solely focused on putting money in the pocket of Miami football players. He said the company will attempt to rally support from local businesses to hire the players as spokesmen. He says he also plans to host fundraising events and then donate the proceeds to any local business that agrees to use the donation to pay for Miami players as spokesmen. I mean, just like that, just thinking about all the potential right there, in which he's obviously working extremely hard, him being a diehard fan of the Hurricanes. This is his way of trying to help the University of Miami return to greatness. What better way to get recruits' attention than to see the effort that's being, well, mostly the money that's being thrown in that direction and the support that the University of Miami has. So that's certainly something that I think is going to play a major role in the University of Miami in terms of future recruiting. We will see what type of regulations that the NCAA does, continue to incorporate, as I'm sure that after they see how this plays out the first year, they may try to continue to put a couple more limits and stuff to try to keep recruiting fair. But we'll see how this really plays out. But yeah, this is absolutely huge. And if you're someone that's currently on the roster for the University of Miami, you are absolutely happy that you chose right now. So certainly understand that. So I'm not going to go through this entire article here, but yeah, just really highlights that he's looking to help the team. He does state here that he's not looking to make a profit from this. He just wants to try to bring people together and make their team better. And so he said he's got a lot of Gators and Seminole friends, and so they've been pretty much I'll just say snoozing on him for the last 20 years, and so he wants to reverse it. So certainly understand that competitiveness. He sounds like a great guy, honestly, and so he just wants to help this team however he can to return the University of Miami to the expectations that they have. Because right now, what they've been over the last couple of years, it's been an improvement from where they were, but they're still not where they want to be. But they're in a good spot right now. They've got a great quarterback. They're coming back, and the team looks excited. Certainly a lot of experts are really high on the University of Miami this year. So we'll see if they can compete with Clemson for the ACC and where they end up falling there in that route. But certainly it should be an exciting season for the Hurricanes. Right off the bat, you open up with Alabama, so that's going to be one of those games that everybody's going to be watching. So good publicity for the University of Miami. And hey, these players are now going to get paid. So there you have it. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I enjoy bringing news to you. So thank you so much for the support. And if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't already subscribed, you might as well subscribe, support me. Really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for those of you that do support me already. It means a lot. Look forward to seeing you guys next time, and take care.